Hello all and welcome back to my channel, Drunk Crafts with Paige. I am Paige, and this week I am drinking a Moscow Mule in my Moscow Mule cups. I have loads of fun different resin things that I have been storing just for a rainy day, and I thought we could put some of them, multiples, to use. We have never done full roses in resin. I have also just kind of lightly touched on adding foils to resin. And there's this super cool technique that involves kind of texturizing the resin that I would like to try. So we have a big resin project with a bunch of different stuff going on. So if you're interested in seeing how this project turns out, please continue watching. Here is our mold. We're just using my cute little round circle cake pan, and I thought for the very first new technique we're gonna try out, we are going to attempt to make ripples or like a texturized resin bottom. My main goal here, because I would like to incorporate flowers, is to make it look sort of like a silky cloth bottom. I've used this specific powdery, this is called Berry, this Mica pigment in the resin looks like such a soft, gorgeous pink color that it does almost look like silk in there. And I wanted to try this textured technique. I believe, I didn't do a lot of research on this. I want to kind of figure it out myself, which might be a recipe for failure. But I have this piece of plastic shopping bag that I'm going to push into the resin and kind of mold around, give it some curves, some lumps, make it look a bit more texturized. That's what we're going for here on our first layer. Hopefully it will turn out somewhat textured. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave it like this for a couple hours so it cures, and we'll come back for another layer. It's actually the next day when I came back to check on our plastic. It was still pretty stuck to the resin, kind of goopy. So I let it sit overnight, and now we are going to remove it, see if we got the texture I was hoping for. Okay, so it's pretty stuck on there. I swear I've used plastic bags underneath my resin pieces before, and it's come off just fine, but this is gonna take some work to peel off. Okay, I finally got all the plastic off. If there's any lesson that you learn from this video, it's do not use a plastic bag for that texture. I think I said before that I didn't do a lot of research before doing this project. That may have been a good idea, but I finally got it all off with a combination of my heat gun and alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol, and also drinking alcohol. I was able to get it all off, and it's interesting. It's got the texture that I wanted. There's also a nice little air bubble, but I'd say it overall worked. In our next layer, it's probably just gonna be mostly clear resin. I'm gonna start incorporating some flowers along the bottom. May or may not use some gold foil pieces, but I also have this gorgeous foil that I want to use. It is rose gold, and I put it on the white canvas so you guys could see what it is. Now before I put this in the resin, I'm going to make sure to cut as close as I can to the actual foil part, you want as little as you can of this clear part. So I'm gonna do a bit more trimming, and we're gonna start laying some of these down in our next layer. Now that I've got these flowers in here, I think I would actually like to wait and put the foil in the next layer. But clearly, because of these two thicker, bigger roses that are down below, it's not just petals. We're going to have to do several more layers to cover them. But I wanted them to at least be in this layer, to settle into the resin, to stay in place, so then they won't float when we continue on. The rest of our layers of resin are all just gonna be clear. I've got this foil that I plan on sticking in here. I've already got it trimmed up, and you put it in resin the same way you do with like leaves. Kind of go at an angle, push out all the air bubbles. I'll press it around to make sure that there's no air trapped underneath there and it's where I want it to be. But as I said, we're really just gonna load this thing up with clear resin to the point where we've got our roses all covered. That was a lot of layers of resin. We started out, our first layer was the colored mica powder, and we'd made it all textured. Our second layer, we added the flowers and the flower petals and leaves. Third layer was our foil. And our fourth layer, I figured if it was just gonna be clear resin, why not add some extra flowers to it? So more flower petals. Layer 5 was also supposed to just be clear, and I threw some gold flecks in there. And then I'm pretty sure layer 6 was our last and final layer, and that one was also just clear. This is a thick piece. I'm pretty sure it's the thickest piece that we've done, save for the beach bodies that we've done. Here she is. I did go and demold her already. I'm sorry if you guys enjoyed that part, but I wanted to file around the top to make the edges not so pointy. And I have not decided if I want to top coat it as well, but here it is. See, I'm pretty sure that foil is a rose gold color, but check out, this is how thick it is. You can see our flowers, and it's pretty clear. We don't have a whole lot of bubbles going on. This turned out really cool. And I'm not really sure how I want to display this piece, if I want like an easel to set it on or to put some screws in the back to hang it. I don't know, but she a thick girl, and I love the way that it all turned out in the end. So here are some up close shots of this piece out in the natural light. Can you see the singular cat hair right there that made it into my last coat? Thank you to everyone but that cat hair for watching this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's craft. And if you did, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post crafting videos most Fridays. If you're interested, all of my links for social media are also in the description box below. I'll see you guys all for the next one. Cheers.